All right, it's time for Coach's Corner, number 39, and I'm talking today about off-season stuff with your staff. One of the things that I was really blessed with at both of my head coaching stops was a great staff that stayed together for a long time, was very cohesive, and really was all going in the same direction. And it took a little time to massage that and get some dudes off the bus and get the right people in the right seats on the bus. But once we got that, one of the things that we did was stay connected in the off season. So my suggestion for you is kind of build a year-round plan to stay connected. What are you going to do in the off season to stay connected with your staff? And I've got some ideas here that I want to share with you that I hope you'll get something from. First off is coaches clinics. I think every coaches association in every state has a clinic for their coaches, and make sure you're involved in that, and whatever other clinic opportunities there is to professionally develop. Schedule those. Encourage your staff to go with you. Encourage your staff to go to ones that you're not going to, and kind of plan a calendar, or put on the calendar when those clinics are and who's going to go, and make sure that's all taken care of. And I talk about that in some other videos that you can find on the YouTube channel. Another thing we did was have monthly staff meetings in the off season. This would usually start, I was a football coach, so we would be off through the end of the year, but we would start in January and have a monthly meeting all the way through May. And then we were together enough in the summer through the summer program that we didn't need to meet in the summer, but we would meet January, February, March, April, May, and go over summer plans. We'd talk about personnel, plan out when we were going to do off-season work with players. We would talk about scheme ideas and plans to kind of change some of the things that we do offensively and defensively. We would talk about fundraising, ideas about fundraising and plans to implement them. What do we need? What kind of equipment do we need? What kind of do we need any computer stuff? Do we need any video stuff? And kind of budget out what that stuff's going to cost and how we're going to get it paid for. So those are all things that we would include in those monthly staff meetings. Now, another thing that I think is really important, and as I think about my time as the head coach in Jackson, we did two great things. One of the best two things that we did was we scheduled social time in the off season. We called it Third Thursday. Every third Thursday of every month, we would meet at a local barbecue place, and we would just get together, and they still do it. In fact, I'm still involved, even though I'm still not coaching there, just to as those connections still remain. But we didn't talk about football. We didn't talk about the program. We just talked about each other and got caught up on each other's lives and built connection. And that was really, really valuable, I think, in terms of building a connected staff, and also in retention of staff, because guys felt a part of something. And I think that's really important. The second thing that we did along that same line is we did a staff retreat. And we did that the off season, before COVID, and we had planned to do it again after COVID, and we never got around to it, but we did it at my previous head coaching spot too. And we just took a weekend, and we went away, got away from town, and just coaches, and we incorporated some social time, and we did some professional development, and just had a great time being together and learning together, and having some work time and some play time. Really, really valuable. We incorporated our middle school and youth coaches in some of that stuff, whether it was off-season staff meetings or we do clinics for them. But I think that builds connection as well. And we had a number of our middle school coaches that eventually came up to the high school level because they felt connected to the high school staff. And we developed a trust in them and got to know them enough to know that we wanted them around our high school program as well. Another great way to utilize some time in the off season with your staff is to do a book study. Talked about this in a previous Coach's Corner as well. A lot of great, leadership books and team building books and professional develop or personal development books that you can use as a book study with your staff. And I would really encourage you to do that. I'd also, in the off season, you're going to have openings on your staff. Include your staff in the process of filling those openings. If they know guys at other schools that might be interested in coming to your school, or if they know guys that are alumni that might be interested in getting involved in the program, utilize them, have them be a part of the interview process, and helping you fill those staff openings, because they're going to know the guys that are going to fit the culture of your staff, the culture of your program, and help move your program forward. So that's another great way to do it. Hope you got something out of this. I think building a cohesive staff that stays together, that you're able to retain those guys, is critical to building a successful program, and don't neglect the off season as a way to do that. It's not just about what happens during the season. It's really all year round. So like, share, and subscribe if you got something out of it. And I hope you did. And I hope that these videos are of some use to you and a blessing to you, because I'll continue to make them. I have a great time doing it. So again, like, share, and subscribe. And if we can ever do anything to help you out, please let us know. Continue to be the coach that your kids need you to be. Have a great week.